Something hunts these mountains, shaped from myth. Formed by the spirit of the mountain man, he lives by the way he hunts. Born of the mountains, blood of the Indian, he survives by hawking and longbow. He's alone, he's free, he's forged by the elements. Journey with the last of a breed, Sasquatch Mountain Man. The journey of the mountain man, Laramy Sasquatch Miller, has been long, leading him from bear and mule deer to moose and lion. Now he's come to the territory of the elk. These Sawtooth Mountains are the ridgepole of the traditional home of the Shoshone and Nez Perce, and the land, once again, of the wolf, with which Laramy must contend for elk. Snows are coming to shackle the country in winter, and the elk are wary of both weather and wolves. Laramy must overcome those forces of nature and terrain, and overcome the sharp senses of the wapiti. 700 pounds of winter meat on the hoof, and one shot to take it.
You know, you got to adapt to every situation that you're in. For example, I can't hunt the same way I did in Colorado, up here in Idaho and Montana. Up here in Idaho and Montana, you spot an elk herd at night. There's no guarantee where they're going to be the next morning. These wolves and predators up here, they may come in and chase them, no telling, 20 miles off. You can never guess what the elk are going to do.
It's all a puzzle for Laramy, the mystery of elk, and he's on the trail to solve it.
Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot of deer or elk sign, but I'm seeing a ton of wolf sign, so not a good sign either. Some huge tracks.
An orange vest, hardly the fashion of the old mountain men, but it's the letter of the law in Idaho today. And there were other mountain man fashions, like women. After months and years alone in the wilderness, with only a horse for company, even the sternest mountain man began to think about female companionship. Taking an Indian woman tied a mountain man to a tribe and gave him protection in its territory, and offered other benefits. A bottle of whiskey might be the bride price. But sometimes it was love that brought a mountain man and an Indian woman together. A good woman was good to find, to share your buffalo blanket, to help keep your camp and work your pelts, and sometimes give you a real family in lonely places. Laramy's mind is on other things, for the time.
I'm out here elk hunting, but I have a whitetail tag too. And I'd be danged if the first thing I don't see is a pretty decent little 8-point whitetail buck. Yeah, right there. There's a whitetail buck right here.
Laramy's ultimate goal may be elk, but he knows that you don't pass up a chance to take a whitetail, especially with winter looming behind the mountains.
right behind that tree. I need him to come out from behind that tree and turn broadside so I can get a shot. I can just barely see him through the limbs on the side of the tree. I just need him to take a couple more steps. Here he comes, here he comes.
Snowy peaks of Idaho, and Laramy Sasquatch Miller on the trail of elk has an unexpected chance to go after a white-tailed buck.
I just need him to take a couple more steps so I can get a shot. Here he comes, here he comes. I couldn't see if I hit him because of the smoke. My hammer got rusty and that first shot it didn't want to fire. And then the second time it was a hang fire. I think I probably shot right over that buck's back because I felt myself pulling up when I had that little hesitation. I'm gonna give it about 30-45 minutes and then I'll go check and see if there's any blood, but I'm pretty sure I missed him. Well, there went backstraps for dinner.
Might be time for some target practice.
When the Hawken first came out in the mid-1800s, it was the absolute craze. It was like the Rolls-Royce of guns. They only made a little over 300 of them, so the demand was so high, they didn't have enough supply. What the Hawken did is it revolutionized the West, because instead of having to shoot everything under 100 yards, they were capable of shooting out to 200 yards, possibly even 300 yards. We're gonna do a little test today and we're gonna shoot out to 200 yards and see how accurate we can be. We're gonna shoot both a round ball and then we're gonna use the new replica Hawken to shoot a conical bullet.
Fruit salad. Mountain Man style.
Boom! That was at 50 yards with the patch and round ball. And we made cantaloupe soup. Let's go take a look at it. Well, I don't believe I'm gonna be using that cantaloupe again. Better go get another one. Now we're gonna do a little test. We're gonna use the Hawken replica with conical bullets in it. Let's see what it does to this cantaloupe.
The conical bullet was first invented in the 1820s by the British Army.
Well, there's some more cantaloupe soup. That one's not in as many pieces, but it's destroyed just as good. What happens when that round ball hits, it stays together a little better and just, mushrooms out and destroys everything. But those conicals, they kind of rifle through. So you get more pass-throughs with the conical than you would with the round ball. Pretty interesting stuff. Can't let it go to waste. What I got now is I'm gonna shoot at 100 yards. I got the old Hawken here with the patch and round ball. And at 100 yards, I'm probably gonna be dropping about 6 inches with this. So I gotta account for that. A little bit of wind. We'll see.
Laramy sets up the shot, now with a conical bullet.
It's amazing when you actually have a rifled barrel and you're not shooting round balls, how much more accurate you are.
Laramy steps back to 150 yards and loads up a round ball. Finally, he takes it out to 200 yards with a patched round ball.
I do believe I shot right over it. Well, as you can tell, 150 yards is about my max. When I can't consistently hit a watermelon at that distance, I have no business shooting at an animal at that distance, so I'm 150 yards and in. That's the way it goes. Gives you a little more respect for the mountain men back in the day.
Well, I've looked all over the place and I can't find any blood, so pretty confident I didn't hit that deer and live to hunt another day, I guess. That'll just make him a little smarter for next time I go after him.
Laramy can feel the weather closing in, and so can the elk. The mountain backbone of Idaho, where elk walk the skylines. Laramy Miller's hawking is up to the task, but as he hunts, weather rolls in, and he may not be the lone predator as the herds catch the scent of wolves.
See, if I was hunting with a rifle, that's about 300 yards. Could be done. Yeah, but that's not sporting, in my opinion. I don't blame people for doing it. Heck, I've hunted with a rifle plenty. But you know what? You feel a lot better about yourself at the end of the day when you can get up within 100, 150 yards of an animal and know that he had a fair chance, but you outsmarted him. Or in cases like this, he outsmarted you.
With the elk staying out of hawking range, there are other chores need tending to. Laramy hikes the trail back to camp to work on a homemade recipe.
What I got there is I got some leftover bear fat. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boil it down, and it makes almost like a bacon grease. And what that grease is, it's one of the best leather conditioners and waterproofers there is. I use it for everything. I use it for my shoes, my hat, all my clothing. It'll help your leather last, and it helps waterproof it. And how about that? It comes straight from Mother Nature. Bear grease is going to seal this leather, and it works as a leather conditioner and a waterproof. And because I let it char a little bit, it's going to darken the leather, which I don't mind one bit. All that's left to do now is let that grease soak in.
Laramy's afoot for now, but like the old mountain man, he'd rather have a horse. On horseback, mountain men hunted beaver across the West. They rustled horses from Mexico or bought the small, tough ponies called medicine dogs from Indians who promptly stole them back. A good horse fetched upward of $30, and mountain men rode them unshod and grazed them on wild grasses in the spring and summer, and in the winter fed them bark from cottonwoods and elms. Injuries to riders were common, and most horses died of hard use, no food and water, falling off cliffs or drowning in rivers. Mountain men's horses had no names because you don't name what you might have to eat. Another animal has returned to these mountains. The wolf's been restored after being absent for generations, but that's not only impacted the populations of elk, but has made them far more wary. Laramy Sasquatch Miller has come to hunt elk in the mountains of Idaho. And because he's sharing the hunting with wolves, the elk are far smarter than ever.
If I had a cow tag, I'd be eating good tonight. But right there goes to show you how smart an elk is. You look, as soon as that cow saw something it didn't like, I was standing here. It circled, got the wind in its favor, circled downwind to smell me. I mean, that's their best defense. My uncle used to always say, they can hear you 3 times, see you twice, but they'll only smell you once. If they smell you, the game's over. But hey, where there's cows, there's gotta be a bull around here somewhere.
I think it's gonna snow. Just a little bit. Visibility's not the greatest right now. You can see probably 200-300 yards. But the snow is so crunchy that it's loud walking. It makes for not very good hunting conditions. But I do know one thing, as soon as this storm front moves through, these animals are gonna get up and they're gonna move. So I'm just gonna buy my time. I'm still gonna hunt, but I'm gonna buy my time till the storm moves through. Hopefully I can get my opportunity then.
While waiting for the elk to move after the storm, Sasquatch still needs to have something to eat.
The best part of the grouse is obviously the breast, but I'll take those thighs and I'll make some dumplings later on. And these aren't store-bought onions, these are Sasquatch grown onions. Don't get no better than that. I'm constantly thinking and putting myself in situations that the mountain men used to go through. But obviously there's some situations that I'll never be able to know or never be able to completely feel that the mountain men went through. The thought excites me. The thought of being in the middle of nowhere, by yourself, having to rely on your keen skills to survive, excites me. You look at the original mountain men. This is in the beginning. They would go out there, it might be one guy, it might be two guys, but they would disappear for months at a time. For me, that sounds right up my alley. Looks like my shish kebab grouse is about done.
As the snow goes on falling, Laramy Miller goes on hunting elk for his winter meat, placing his feet in the moccasin tracks left by the mountain men on the trails Sasquatch means to make the pathways of his life.